Hello, welcome to Tarot 2T. Today we're going to be doing a November 2022 reading for the sign of Taurus. And if this is your first time, welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy it and hope you come back. And if you're returning, thank you for coming back. I appreciate your support. And I'm glad these little readings give you some kind of peace or enjoyment. So we're just going to ask an open-ended question as usual. That's usually what I do, not always, but we're going to ask the open-ended question, what does Taurus need to know for the month of November 2022? What does Taurus need to know? Alright, there's something brewing here. Something brewing for the Tauri. He's pictured the plural version of Taurus would be Tauri. I'm not sure if that's correct or is this somebody being funny. I heard somebody else say it. So, if it's not right, I apologize. I'm not trying to make up new words. Okay, advice for Taurus for this situation or message. Advice for Taurus. Advice for Taurus. Okay. And I have my tea here and we'll get started. First two cards, well, the first card that came out was two cards. So we have the Three of Diamonds, Seven of Spades. Looks like you revealed some kind of information. Let me rephrase that. I just got off work, so I might not be real articulate today, but I know you will understand. I'm totally up for this reading, but sometimes the words just don't flow. So, okay, Seven of Spades. Something was uncovered. You found some hidden information, is what I was trying to say. Some kind of hidden truth, perhaps. Could involve a third party, could have involved some finances here. Usually this Three of Diamonds, we're looking at things being comfortable in a what am I trying to say, like a partnership or a relationship, but there's some confusion. Confusion and or I should say revealed truth, uncovered truth. We'll keep that in mind as we proceed here. Wow, you had a new start here. Now Taurus, I do kind of remember your last reading because you were one of the ones I did a continuation for October. This could be a continuation again of that theme. You were embarking on some kind of new, if I remember right, it involved being away from home, disruption of routine. It was a new financial opportunity for you, whether it's a career or some kind of just job opportunity. Like, you know, I was kind of picturing you being like a mobile representative or somebody who goes around. I'm not saying you're selling encyclopedias, but you're working remotely. You're kind of working your own schedule, that kind of thing. But you were having difficulties, I think, adjusting to that lifestyle. This is, again, talking about this new beginning in finances. So there's some confusion and something that has been revealed. Maybe some truth has been revealed about this opportunity. Five of Clubs. Changes. I think there were changes in that last reading. Oh, by the way, if you want to see that last reading, please go to your playlist for my channel, or wait to the end of the video, or fast forward. It'll pop up in the right-hand corner, and you'll see Tarot Readings Taurus, something like that. It's just a little flag. You can hit that, and you can look at the past video if you're curious. There was a need for there is a need for major change, or there has been a need for major change. This is the renovation card. Again, has to do with things not being settled around your lifestyle, and you're not real happy about it. I'll just put it that way. Six of Diamonds, but you still got those opportunities. Financial opportunities abound with this card. Options and things that previously weren't there. It's also about taking financial responsibility of your future, of things you have going on now, like debts you need to repay, things that need to be taken care of. I guess I still feel like this is the crux of the matter. Something's been revealed to you about the situation and it's causing some confusion. Maybe it could be that it sounded too good to be true and you're not getting the payout that maybe you were expecting. Maybe you're a little confused about how you get compensated. Maybe that's where the confusion comes in. I'm going to draw more cards for sure. Whoa, that's like half the deck. Let's narrow it down, please. Okay, that's better. 5 of Spades. Again, the card of change and disruption and routine. Maybe you've had some disruptions in your cash flow. Maybe that's what this is reflecting. I mean, we already talked about, like I said, in your last reading, and this is really cool that I remember your reading. I don't always remember, but I know Taurus was going through something like a new opportunity that was bringing some stress, and you were having to deal with that stress somehow. Again, this is like outside influences bringing on changes to your lifestyle. Let's see what else is going on here. Maybe you're still going through that, and this reading is just going to kind of emphasize that that's still on your plate. 10 of Clubs. Interesting. So this is wrapping up some kind of major cycle. It's usually for a good reason, though. Again, you could see this as a positive. Like if you had, well, it's not talking about finances, but if you had like financial problems, that's behind you with this. This is, again, traveling. This is traveling for good reasons. It's not like it's being forced upon you. I think whatever kind of financial opportunity, I will stand by my previous reading. It's brought a lot of travel. For some reason, you need to be moving around and you're still dealing with that disruption in your lifestyle. What else can you say about what Taurus is going through? Because this would totally make sense that this is just continuing from October. It hasn't been very long since that reading came out. It's a very strong message, obviously. Jack of Diamonds. Could be a younger person. Could be you. This is an earth sign, a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. It's also, the jacks can represent younger people or a younger mindset or just feeling inexperienced in some area. So maybe you're, I was going to say, maybe you're feeling inexperienced about having this financial opportunity and the abundance that it's bringing. I just don't see how that's tied to a Taurus. A Taurus doesn't usually have problems managing money, not the ones I've known. It's quite the opposite. They're very pragmatic and practical. They don't play around with material matters. they just don't. They don't overspend. They don't go off the deep end. I still think this is, the sense I'm getting is still the reflection of this opportunity being something you're just not familiar with. You're in unfamiliar territory. You're definitely still in this beginning stage of starting something new and probably having to learn the ropes, learning how things work. That could be the confusion, not the confusion so much, but the truth being revealed. There's like more things coming to light that you're realizing what this entails. The confusion, gosh, it just could be maybe, again, you had ideas about your earning potential. And it's just coming to light what it really means, what it's really going to be about, what it's going to take, all of those things. See, let's look at your cards of advice. I have a feeling that's going to be more telling for some reason. I mean, not that this didn't spell a picture. This spelled exactly pretty much the same scenario that we saw in October, which is freaking awesome. It's just that it's not giving us much new information. 10 of Hearts. This is going to lead to your heart's desire. This is ultimate happiness. This is like going, setting off into the sunset, kicking your heels up in the air, wrapping up like the pursuit of happiness, like wrapping up a major cycle that has to do with wish fulfillment. And yeah, it's like the ultimate. It's like the ultimate. I mean, it's like not like there's nothing else going to challenge you in life. That's unrealistic, right? It's just that this is fulfilling some kind of destiny or deep desire that you had. That's coming to fruition. Well, I was reading for fruition, but also completion. Jack of Hearts, she's still feeling vulnerable. I think this card came up in the last reading where this is the card of vulnerability. It could also be a water sign, a Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer, but I bet it has to do with you. Maybe it's even along the lines of advice that you need to be more vulnerable to this and put down your guard. You know, the Taurus will dig in their heels and say, enough is enough. I need facts. I need things, something to grab onto. I can't just fly with the wind. You're not an air sign. You're not going to just fly off with an idea and not have any practical sense about it or knowledge. It could be just that you need to kind of open your heart again. I think we had that message in the last reading. I really do. 6 of Clubs. This is again about opportunities and options coming up to you, doors opening themselves or presenting themselves, I should say. You have to open the door, but this is about higher pursuits, personal growth in any area of your life, professionally, financially, emotionally, spiritually, you name it. This is bringing in a lot of opportunities, that's very clear. Probably not all the opportunities that are clear to you or obvious to you. Huge card here that talks about that. The 7 of Hearts. Now, this is a card that we associate with kind of being let down. You know, I think I did mention this in the last reading as well. Maybe you had a lot hanging on this, like you were counting on it being something better than it's turned out to be. And I'm not saying you got roped into something that's not going to work. It's just that there might be a little bit of disappointment. You're going to have to maybe just kind of face that. Yeah, you hung your hat on this like this was the thing that, well, you know, that kind of goes against the Taurus nature. Again, they're very practical. I don't think you overinflated it, but maybe you put it a little bit higher on a pedestal than you should have, and now you're kind of seeing that again. Truths being revealed. You know, the reality versus the fantasy. We all are prone to that. Especially in a job situation. Oh boy. I could do a whole video about a job situation I just left that pretty much blew up in my face in a way that I hadn't expected, and I'm completely appalled. But, you know, we can always go in with an open heart, and I'm not saying don't be vulnerable, but in my case, I didn't put any expectations into it, but I'd heard that the place wasn't great. But boy, did I find out that in my case, the advice that I was hearing from other people was it was not a great environment, and it really wasn't. I just think it's all we can do is to have faith that what we're stepping into, using our judgment, using our gut feeling, our intuition to guide us, that we're doing the right thing. But sometimes we can overinflate. And I definitely was. In my situation, I was like putting, I don't know, maybe I was ignoring red flags, honestly. Maybe you were doing the same thing. You were like, And I don't mean to say that this is going to end badly. It's just maybe there were some things that came across and you ignored them, but now you're having to deal with those realizations. I hope that makes sense. Like coming home to, not to be religious, but coming home to Jesus. The hard facts, like you didn't want to look at that before, but now you're seeing that you have to, and it's a little bit of a downer. It's a disappointment. Let's get some more cards of advice here. Because Taurus, you're going to stick with this. You're still, that was too many cards. You're still in the beginning stages of this. I don't think you're going to like walk away or give up. That's definitely not a Taurus move. They don't give up easily. Five of Hearts. Again, changes that result in separation. And I do know this came up in your last reading. You got separated from your home in some manner. I don't know if that means leaving a spouse behind, or a family, or friends, or, you know, or all of the above. It involves some kind of separation, not like not like the breakup type of separation, but just like temporarily. I would say that that's going to continue along those lines. You can't expect that to change because that's still out here. Okay, what else can you tell me about or advise, Taurus? Again, too many cards. I'm going to put those back in there. Okay. I need some shuffling. Oh, okay. So some more realizations are going to hit you here. This is the Tower. You know what I'm getting? The sense of this situation is going to boil down to you having to tear down some beliefs about yourself, about the position, about what you're going through, and starting over from the beginning. I'm sure you've heard other readers say this. The Tower is not always a bad thing. It's about actually rebirth and starting over. And in this context, I'm not looking at it as being devastating. I just think there's some. This is what it is. Taurus, you have preconceived notions. You get stuck on ideas. That's what you need to tear down here. You get stuck on ideas. And it's going to lead to this, a little bit of disappointment once you dispel with those ideas. Yeah. I also just got this separation actually could be metaphorical. Separation from the self. Not realizing that you're holding yourself back. Interesting. Definitely points to the direction of opening your heart, being more vulnerable. But again, to emphasize, Tower is about rebuilding on a foundation. It's not about the end of the world. I think you're going to have to come to terms with some ideas and fixed beliefs you had about this. One more card, please. Can't leave the Taurus hanging on a tower. Really. Any more advice? The direction to go with this? What would help rebuild this foundation? Three of Clubs. Nice. Very nice. It could involve you getting someone else involved. These threes are sometimes about a third party, like a third person or an element. There is going to be this struggle, though. There's going to be some kind of struggle. I mean, that's what that Three of Clubs emphasizes. Still not satisfied with that. Kind of know it's going to be a little bit of a struggle. Anything else? Too many cards. Sorry. There we go. Wow. Interesting. Could be another water sign. Scorpio, Pisces, Cancer. This is the nurturing mother card. It doesn't have to be a female, but The Queen has some power and authority, and it's about really nurturing yourself. You know what? I'm really picking up, this is not a person. This is going to be what you need to be for yourself. You know, what do mothers do? They guide us. They take care of us. They soothe us when we're hurting and we're in pain. If we need, nurturing is the big word with her. She's very nurturing. She's going to take care. This is a very strong message, whatever form that takes for you. Be kind to yourself and be patient. Because there is, again, going to be struggle and fight to get through this tower, which I really don't think this is about the job. It's just about your attitude is not quite the right word, just your mindset, like the way you're approaching it. I'm hearing like the way you're approaching it is blocking you. Is blocking you from this. And I know Tauruses can get stuck on ideas. They get like an idea in their head. Some are worse than others. People are different. It's not everybody who's going to be stubborn, but it's a very, very strong trait in Taurus, especially sun sign, I know. Yeah, I don't feel a need to draw any more cards. I'm seeing hearts here, and disappointment. So that's all about emotion, and this is about being vulnerable, and this is about taking care and nurturing. So it's kind of a dual situation, on the one side you're being vulnerable, on the other side you're taking care. I know that's a very interesting quandary to be in, but it's almost like you're going to have to do some gymnastics emotionally to be open to what comes your way and how this unfolds, and take care of yourself. And it's going to bust open some, I really strongly feel it's going to bust open some ideas about this you've had in your head all along, and that's why there's all this struggle, and there's all this there's all this turmoil and the disruption, and it's just not helping you out, Taurus. Okay, I'm going to leave it there. If you want to see if you want to be notified when the next video comes out, go ahead and hit subscribe, notifications. I hope this helped. It just seems like you're going through the same struggle, and you hang in there. It's not over yet. But there's always, nothing lasts forever. There's always going to be an end to something you're going through. Sometimes they're shorter, sometimes they're longer. This is one that's going on a long time. Longer than a month. Okay, take care until I see you again.